Hello there. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a type of function for SmileBASIC on a Nintendo 3DS. SmileBASIC is a 3DS application that allows you to program in a language called SmileBASIC, which is kind of weird because it's the same name. Anyway, it's a dialect of BASIC, which is actually a very easy language to learn. I'm going to get started with the program right now. So, def type of, it takes x as a parameter, and if x times 0 and x times 0, sorry, I'm not the best typer, equals x times 0, then string equals true. So that lets it know that I am in the middle of it. That lets the computer know that the input is a string. So we'll make a variable called HONAC, which stands for has only numerical ASC characters. So that's just a little something. If string, then, which means if it is a string, do. Then I have to knit that. I will check for a label. I check for a label called X. I want to check X, I would check label. If check label. If I find it, then return label. So I'll check for the label by the name of X if there's a string, if X is a string. Try to move around a little bit. If classify, wait, no, sorry code. Okay, this is if string is 0. Wait. Okay. I messed up in my code a little bit. I'll use that later. So, if string is 1, then if the classification of X, if it's numerical, which is why string is an operator that determines whether or not it's a string. If it's not a string, that means it's a numerical value. In some way or another. And it's equal to 1, then return infinity and beyond. So if classify X equals 2, then return and So if the classification of x is 2, then return nan for not a number. So that's got two different types of numbers out of the way. So what about integers and floats? So if the absolute value, if the floor value, it just makes it's normal. It feels normal when it's in capitals, so that's why I'm doing it. If the floor value of absolute value of x equals absolute value of x, which means if you round down absolute value of x and it's equal to absolute value of x, that means it's a whole number, therefore an integer. So then return integer. Not the best typer, but yeah. Return float. So this stuff is only done if when an indent, so it's easier to read. Collapse that. But since I made an error, and well, it's not really an error. It's just doesn't look. So that's code so far. So I'm gonna collapse this. Partially why I did it on PC, so I could do that. So anyway, I'm gonna continue. So if string equals 1, then return. Wait, no. Then do the following. If inside of the string x, and instead of x I find hexadecimal, no, not yet. I find at, and it's greater than -1, and in string x dot is greater than -1, then return email. But really, SmileBASIC can't do anything with email. It's just something my dad wanted me to put in. So I was like, screw it, I'll do it. So then it will return this. So if not, then it will. If check file x, then do this. If the left side of the string of x and the first 3 characters equals trp, then return would it be grp file. So just save time, so I can copy. So instead of finding grp, it finds that boy. So I need to decrease the indent, and then so I have a data finds a text. then return text file. So if it's not one of these and it is a file, the only other file types allowed in SmileBASIC is program files. So just return, because if it does this, if it finds this true, then it will return GRP file, and then it will stop running this. So let's say this is true, so all this code from here on out doesn't get ran. So then it would return program file. So then that's the end of that. So end if. So that's the end of the file checking. So I think that's pretty close to it, but not completely. So if check call x, so find a function by the name of x, then return function. So it checks if it's a function or not. So if check var, so check if the variable by the name of x exists, then return var, variable. So from here on out, it will go and do a for loop, it's going to be a scanning for loop. For I equals 0 to the length of x minus 1. Go next, so I don't forget, and then code equals ASC, the ASC code of the array index I. Kind of hard to explain, but yeah. So if not code greater than or equal to 46 and code less than or equal to 57, then return, then has only numerical ASC characters equals false. So it checks if the ASC code from point 0 to the last character, if any of the characters are not a decimal point or any of these characters right here. So if it checks if any of these characters, if it's not any of these characters, then set this counter to false. So if the length of xi is greater than 1,